Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. We're going to go through a bit of a usage of Starlink. Haven't quite finished the trailer, but we've been using Starlink a lot. We've been testing the trailer and even at home. So what I've done just for now, I'll chuck the dish up on the roof and going off our 1500 watt inverter. Now, had to block the solar panel because it was still inputting. Now, minus 0.6 amps of 0.93 watts would be coming from the light on the inverter switch, as well as the switch control panel itself. So what I've done to block the solar. So I've got the dish here. Dish works great, even with an issue. So the first week that we had it in the house, was just sitting on the table and got knocked over and shattered the glass on the front, but that hasn't impacted the ability to be able to use it. So what I'll do is I will start it up. So inverter on. So straight away it's using 0.9 amps. Jump it up now. So that is in the stow position. That's what I'll do. So I'll take the stow position and we'll go from there. Alright, so as you would have seen, me opening up the app and unstowing it. Now, straight away, we've got 45 to 50 megabytes per second. Now, what I'll do is I'll run on our NBN here. Now I've got, it's a twin 100 megabytes per second internet. So we'll have a look at that. Right, so you would have seen connected to Aussie Broadband on that one. Now that's 200 megabytes per second feeds. It's a business account, so we've got the network cage in there that feeds our internet for the complex. But the problem with that is that's a NBN fibre to copper, so they've run fibre directly into the old phone lines. So that limits the download. Alright, so at the moment this is calibrating, so it's using a lot of power. So we've got, say 5.5 average amps draw. And that does drop down once the calibrations are finished. So that is the speed test on Starlink. Huge difference. So 200 megabytes per second in town with obstructions. So you can see Starlink Dish pointing, what is that? Southeast? Yeah, southeast. As you can see, there's a lot of trees in and around here. You've also got, not quite sure if you can see it, so in through there. That's actually McDonald Ranges in behind that power pole there. So that runs all the way out and down. So that's the East Mac ranges section. So yeah, that kind of does limit obstruction wise. So it does get obstructions every now and then. As satellites first coming up, you get that up to 3 to 4 second break in between satellites. That's blockage from the ranges and from the trees. But I mean, we take it out outside of Alice Springs, and we're getting, 180, 170 megabytes per second download speed, and uploads are around about the 13 to 14, which is, as you can see, it's a lot better than what we're getting in town on our Wi-Fi. So, yeah, that's what we've noticed with the Starlink. So I'm happy. It does reduce down on the power consumption. It does run down to 3.5 amps, which is still a lot, but our fridge runs about the same anyway, so we're using about 7 amp hours per hour, and we've got 100 usable AGM hours with two 100 amp hour batteries. So with that solar going, so we'll see what it's like with the solar going. So we've used a fair bit of power already. So we're at 12.5 volts. So you can see that 5.5 draw. It's about 70 watts. We can run like that for another 18 hours, but that'll reduce, and then if you run the fridge, it'll end up being a bit more as well. So what I'll do is I'll remove that blanket covering the solar panel. See the solar is there. All right. So removing that, and on the solar controller, now the solar's only just kicked in then, so it was a bit of a delay. All right, so that's a 350 watt panel. I'm not quite sure if you can see it there. So with the say 4.5 amp draw, we're still gaining 2.8, and that's only with one panel. So we've also got a portable solar blanket which feeds off the front there, so we can just draw that out anywhere around here with an extension, so we can run it out when we're camping. But the idea is that we are going to run another panel, and looking at upgrading to lithium, because the way these AGMs are, like, they're good for their slim line, they do the job, but they're heavy. So between two of them, rated at about, it says 40 kilos, but I'm going to say they're about 30 kilos each. So that's them in there. Mind the wiring, I haven't tidied it up yet, but so that's them in there. So they're slimline and they run down the front there. But I'd say they're about 35 kilos each. It says on the front of it 40 kilos, but you take it at 40 kilos, there's 80 kilos of weight. Add that with the 100 litres of water at the front as well. I did have the batteries at the back here, but the counterweight was a bit too much. So yeah, the idea is run another panel, run lithium. Lithium will take the charge a lot better than the AGM. But I mean, the AGM's taking the charge. As you can see, we're still getting plus 2.7, anywhere from 2.7 to 1.3. That's with one panel, and we'll run a secondary panel on the roof with a blanket as well. So we've got the 20 amp MPPT solar controller, and that's a lot better with that compared to the cheaper one. It was shocking. So yeah, with that we can run Starlink and fridges and charge our phones and everything. Feasibly during the day we can run everything, and then even at night time we'll still have plenty of power in those batteries. So yeah, we'll leave that there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. What's everyone been finding with the power draw on the Starlinks? Now today we're at 29-degree day. Dish is in direct sunlight. Now I have got the modem inside the trailer, but there's a lot of heat inside there, even with the doors open. So yeah, just leave a comment below. What do you find the power draw is? Because we're sitting at around about 4 just on the Starlink on its own. It does drop down about 3.5, but I think it just depends on the weather as well and after calibrating. So yeah, thanks guys.